You know, I gotta start off with my smooth what's
WJJZ.
Yeah.
106.1.
Yes, sir. Already. Yeah, we here, man. This is the host, Cool Dex, International Dex, Smoothie Dex. We back with another episode of the FFT podcast. I finally got my co-host back here with me in the building.
Man, this dude, here you go, man. It's Ghostface Outlaw on the handles, man. Y'all know it's ZaySinecre. You feel me? Check my books out on Amazon. Type in ZaySinecre. It's 2 books that's gonna pop up. Got the Wow Volume 1, and then I got the Illusions of an Intellect. You feel me? Check me out on there. Hey, shout out to the FFT with the official polo. Feel me?
Oh yeah, we
got the embroidery. Shout out to Aunt Risa on that. Regg's, check her out on the Instagram.
And she did the backdrop for us too.
Yeah, backdrop shot. Hey yo, I got Big Bro in the house tonight. He got the Born to Win across the chest.
You know how I do, man. That's the only thing I wear.
Yo, fam, over
That ass, yo,
everything.
any picture you post, I always see Born to Win.
But yeah, definitely check me out on the gram, man. Cracking Banks with 2 C's, man. Cracking Banks with a Z. 2 C's and a Z.
Yo, I just beat what your name mean on Instagram. That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy.
That's deep.
I just thought about his Instagram name.
Cracking Banks, man.
Like I literally just thought about that shit. But yeah, like I always say, shout out to everybody that's downloading, subscribing, telling a friend. Shout out the new listeners. Shout out people that sometime listen. Shout out to the ghost listeners. I know how it is out there, but just download, help the kid out. And last episode, I wish he was here for the last episode.
Oh
son.
yeah, yo,
peace
to my Moore, man.
Episode,
Peace to my Moore. He did his thing out here, man. Aljamir Raka Bay, man. He did his thing, man. He definitely turned up. He definitely,
he said some shit. It was so much shit that I had to listen back to that episode like 3 or 4 times.
Definitely go back and check.
And I was on the episode.
Yeah.
he know. Yo, information, man.
My boy pulled out the books. He pulled out the law books and everything, the dictionaries, everything. Yo, he had references.
Hey, that's how it's supposed to be. When you speaking in that light, you gotta have your representation, and the only representation that you need is the proof, and the proof is in the pudding, in the books. You feel me? It's right there
in text.
You know what I'm saying?
In the text.
Hey, in all text. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
But that's where the proof is. Hey, shout out to my man though, yo. I heard you shout me out on there telling people my name, man. It's El Shabazz, you feel me? Shout out to my Moors, man. We out here. Cherry red flags, man. We out here.
Yo, but yeah, so like this episode, we about to kind of get back into what we was talking about on episode 11, but on this episode, it's gonna be more or less the other side of it, I should say.
Commerce.
I like that. I like that.
Business.
Because we talked about the law side of it, how it was written, what it was written for, what it was, just that whole concept of law altogether. That's why I say he came with the actual law books. So on this side, we're gonna go through of us actually living in it,
because most of us are already committed to it. So at this point, you gotta learn how to navigate within it, because truth be told, a lot of people ain't going to reach for that nationality. You feel me? A lot of people ain't going to really get to that level of understanding where they understanding that they have to detach from a business that they didn't know they had or didn't know they was in. You know what I'm saying? So with this episode, we're going to, you know what I mean, tap into how to move and, you know what I mean, how not to get caught up in things you shouldn't be caught up in. Paying attention to text, like Big Bro said.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Because definitely everything is in text, man. And anything that we have to put our names on the bottom of, our John Hancock, which they like to call it, is words in there that definitely bind you to that signature.
And so y'all heard that before, binding.
Yeah, binding. Hell yeah, that shit is deep, bro. When you bind yourself to something, man, that means that you are obligated to that shit.
You have to honor that.
Yes, you definitely have to honor it. You
Just
have
like
to honor it to a T.
When they say with the if you meet a star or a famous person, what do they give you? They give you an autograph. An autograph and a signature are 2 different things. A signature is from the business. The autograph is from the person live and direct.
True indeed.
You understand what I'm saying?
And that's why a lot of artists take on a mantra or a stage name. You get what I'm saying?
What's that mantra?
It's basically giving themselves a different, it's changing themselves, or alter ego, or should I say? You know what I'm saying? Like it's people, they they be who they want to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what he
Yes.
was saying with the whole signature and John Hancock thing. You feel me? I mean, signature and autograph.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you getting that autograph, that's who the person wants to be. That signature when they handling business is who they have to
who
be.
They have to be. No choice.
And we all have to be that person. Nah, real shit though.
No choice.
No choice, for real, because our parents signed us up for some shit that we want, and they parents signed them up for some shit, and they parents and they parents and they
Because
parents
they
and they
didn't know
parents.
no better,
Nobody
right?
knew, yeah, of
Nobody
course.
knew, man.
So
Yeah,
now
they thought emancipation was being freed. Nah, they just transferred ownership. For real, that's all that shit. Yeah, for real. If you really look up the meaning of emancipation, it is Emancipation Proclamation, bro. That shit, he free no slaves, bro. He just took us out the fields and put us in the warehouses. Changed the game.
Something like what happened with Puerto Rico, right?
I don't really know the details on that, so I can't really speak on. I'm not sure.
Emancipated, and I don't want to speak on it either. I gotta go
Yeah,
back
it
to
just transfer ownership.
But
that's
what
all
I
it
mean.
is.
Like,
Yeah,
it
it's just
goes from
one person to another.
hands. We
Yep,
change
it just
hands.
changed hands. That's exactly what it means.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it means. So,
Amazing.
you know, it's things that this country, this not it is
This
country,
business.
this corporation.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
this-
My
shit, man,
fans
this
heard me say that
corporation-
before.
Shout out to my Moore, man. We're going to get our language right. Corporation means dead speak. So
Yeah,
if we
for
dealing
real.
with dead speak, you know we're dealing with that.
Yeah, true
You know
indeed.
what I mean? So,
True indeed.
you already
All
know.
around the board.
So my question for the both of y'all is, because I like to talk for the people that don't know. So the average person, if they were, like you said, something was something binding, they about to get into a deal with somebody, and they need to know, like, yo, an autograph and, like you said, what was it, signature.
Yeah.
How would you go about telling them, like, hey, look, do this, don't do this. This is gonna, if you sign this way, it's gonna, like, how would you go about?
Honestly,
doing
I would
that?
just say read.
Yeah.
Read the shit, bro. It matter how long it take, read it before you sign it. You feel me? Because if you sign it, you're agreeing to it. That's
No matter
basically
what's
it.
on
No
there.
matter what's on there.
Exactly. You could really sell yourself, bro. And that's what they be talking about in the industry when people
I was
sell
about
their
to just
souls.
say-
When
I was just about
when
to
they
say,
sign
go
them
to that.
contracts,
Yeah.
in those contracts is shit in there that says, nigga, if you fuck up, we got you. You feel me? This is what you're gonna deal with. This is, and they selling their souls because at the end of the day, you got to think about all the people's lives they destroy, and it's not even physically.
Yo, you say some shit.
For real. Look at it, bro. Real shit, my nigga. And people be looking at it like they let the media control what they perceive.
Propaganda.
You feel me? It's real shit.
Propaganda.
And this is just an example, and I've done my research a lot onto that because that whole little Dave Chappelle shit, they had people thinking that nigga went to Africa to smoke crack.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a fact.
That's
a
deep,
fact.
bro,
That's
because
a
you got to
fact.
think about what Africa is, that whole country, like that.
Yeah,
bro.
keep going. I know
There's
what
drugs everywhere, but that nigga gonna leave.
to go over there.
He gonna travel to a whole different country
Smoke crack.
to smoke crack.
And
A
where was-
weed head.
And where was crack
pot head.
manufactured at?
And it's only not to say only, but it started in America.
It started in America.
Black people
So
created
if it's crack out there, who put
We
that
created
crack
crack.
out there?
We
bro?
created crack.
Right. From messing with the cocaine. We
Yeah,
didn't
from
have
messing the
that.
cocaine, we ain't have
didn't
enough
that.
money.
Let's
You
go.
feel me? Our people couldn't afford cocaine, so we had to make it cheap enough for them and
Real
profitable for us. Because how can we sell something to somebody that can't buy it?
Come on now.
For real, like how can you
Come
sell
on,
something
man.
to
I'm about
somebody
to
if they
say
can't
that
buy it?
again.
You got to
Now.
change the nature of it, and that's where they fuck us
Damn.
up too with the whole drug thing. When they give you that manufacturing and distribution, once you change the concept of what coke is, from cocaine to crack,
Adderall.
you're manufacturing it, and they give you a whole different charge for that. Now, if you got coke and it's just straight coke powder,
Yeah.
it's a less of time than it is if you got it
That's
as
in its
crack.
natural form.
Because yes, it's in its natural form, and they can't hit you with
And what's that, like,
manufacturing
a
because
schedule-
manufacturing
schedule
takes it from
Processing.
yes, you're actually they look at you as a fucking chemist. They like, yo, this nigga know how to cook crack.
But yet,
too
but
smart.
yet, if we bring it
Yeah.
on to this to the side of nature and what people do every day, if you look at when you got a natural fruit or a natural vegetable and they manufacture it or process it into something else,
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Bro.
No, well, let's get deeper because this is really a fact. They take the same drugs and put them into pills and call it pharmaceuticals.
Like Adderall.
That's a fact.
That's the
You know
Adderall.
what I
That's a
mean?
fact,
They
bro.
take the same drugs and put them
That's
in.
a
They take the
fact,
same
bro.
plants and drugs and put them into pills and call it pharmacy. And they make millions and not even millions. They make billions and trillions of dollars off that shit, bro.
And they will never stop because that's the industry that they won't ever let you mess up.
We had natural medicines first, man.
And that is the most important.
Natural medicines, bro.
For real, the shit that come out the ground.
You know what I mean? You already know how I rock. Everything veggie.
Yeah, for real, gotta get on that veggie
Everything
shit, man.
Veggie,
You gotta definitely get on your veggie shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because
it's gonna cure a lot.
It's gonna help you, bro. Yes. I'm telling you. Only reason why I got on this wave is because I watched my grandpa go through, feel me, a lot of shit. And if he eating something, you know what I'm eating, because I'm eating after my grandpa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they gonna tell me it's hereditary. Come on, bro. Not if I don't eat that collard. You feel me? Not if I don't eat that neck bone. You feel me? Not if I don't eat that fried chicken every day. You feel me? Like I could do it different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
break
saying?
The cycle.
That's
the point, man. That's what I live for, man. I live.
I always say break the barriers.
Okay, so breaking the cycle. So I want to go back to the business thing.
Yeah,
so getting into the business. So obviously you've done business, so that's why you know this lane.
Yeah, I've done a lot of business. Bro.
So let's touch on. Well, let's say what type of field was you doing the business in? Music, sports, like what? And then
my first little taste of like real business was when I ran a restaurant, 1911 Smokehouse Barbecue downtown.
Oh shit, you know about
Smokehouse?
I
ran that shit.
Word.
You feel me? Yeah,
shout
from top to bottom, bro. Yeah, shout out to Smokehouse.
So what was that like, and how did you even know how to do that?
I actually started off in the kitchen.
Okay.
Cooking
like
chicken.
Most do. Start from the bottom.
I really did start from the bottom, though. I really did, bro. I started off in the kitchen frying chicken. You feel me? And then I went out and I served, and they seen how good I was with the people, and I ended up being a server. Service. And then I ended up being a manager intern. You feel me? And then the nigga over me ended up doing some bullshit, and I ended up taking his job. You feel me? And now I'm running the whole shit top to bottom.
So what that job consist of?
Everything, bro. Payroll, ordering food,
the day-to-day shit.
Yes,
like
the
making
real
sure
life day-to-day. I woke up and went to sleep there. Yeah, word is bond, bro. Dead ass. I opened the establishment and I closed the establishment every day. My man could tell you, he could vouch for. He used to come to the spot and grab the keys to the car because he know I wasn't driving and shit. Real shit, bro. He know I wasn't driving because I'm there all day. You feel me? Like, I'm making sure the employees right, and that's and I'm gonna be honest, bro. When you running shit like that, it's hard because you dealing with people. You feel me? And it's not even the customers are one thing, but your employees are totally different.
Because you gotta manage everybody's mood. You gotta manage all the beef within. Make sure everybody happy.
And women, managing women on a job with women. I love it.
Hey, how hard was that, bro?
Yeah, I was about to say, was it hard or easy?
That was hard. It was hard. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Because then you gotta put did you have any problems with? I know some bosses. A lot of bosses have problems with dealing with the emotions of their workers, unless they're completely detached. I've seen both sides of the story.
True indeed. I would say the difficult part about it was the employees towards each other. The females towards each other. Yes. It was just bro, I don't want to fucking deal with this shit. Why do I have to deal with grown ass women?
But that's
how y'all feel about another woman. It's we're here to work, make money, go home.
It becomes a personable situation for everybody, and that's one thing I don't really like about workforce. You know what I mean? Because it becomes everybody forget about what's supposed to be done. We arguing about what's going on.
Personal shit.
That's not. Feel me? That's not even what we signed the paper for.
Yeah, that goes back to that obligation.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, true. And then my next little
venture, what was the next one from
my next little venture was after the Smokehouse. It was some bullshit, but you feel me? I was doing a little bit. Bro. I was doing talent management, but I ain't gonna say exactly what type of talent because it's a different world
just
right
now.
Just let your imagination
wander.
A lot of people ain't really gonna approve of it, but I've done it before, and it wasn't. I wasn't forcing anybody to do it. You feel me?
Yeah. Get that out the way. Was it lucrative? Was it?
Yes, it was very lucrative.
like the lingo.
Sex sells. That's all I'm gonna say. Sex sells, man.
Read between the fucking lines.
Yeah, sex sells, man. And then after that, I got into it's in the same field, management, but entertainment management.
Okay.
We start dealing with music.
So what was that like? Because everybody say that the music game is fucking dirty. Is everybody for themselves?
Yes, it's very small. That's what people don't understand. That's why it's like that, because you gotta think about it, man. It's everybody's competing for probably the same audience. You feel me? They're baiting on the same dollar. So it's you know what I'm saying.
So you gotta reinvent. You gotta
reinvent who you are for real. You really gotta be creative, and you definitely gotta be different. You feel me? I tip my hat to a couple of niggas in the industry that's like that. The Baby came in the game and fucked it up. Like
that's
his visuals and his whole energy that he was giving towards his marketing. You feel me?
Yeah,
like
his marketing was key.
It was genius. Like he was very smart with that, bro. That marketing shit is very important because you got to think about it. Nobody's gonna know what you have unless you show it off.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna know what you have to offer unless you put it on the table.
True.
But you know what it is? A lot of people, they start something and then they embarrassed to show people what they got.
Never be embarrassed because there's somebody out there gonna love that shit. You feel me?
Exactly.
It's somebody out there like you. Even though everybody in the world seem different, it's somebody in the world that likes what you like. You feel me? Because there's somebody in the world that looks like you, if you believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? That happens all the time. I've had people say that to me, like,
yo, you look just
like such and such. Like, you look, is your dad such a? Nah, that ain't my fucking dad. Like,
yo, and that's about frequency, bro. And that's about frequency. If you vibing on that level, then your appearance change.
Yeah, true indeed.
It's real, bro. Like if you're around the same vibe all day, that's why they say you friends and y'all around each other all the time.
Yeah, you start
like, y'all start resembling. Yeah,
and that's why I say I don't listen to a lot of podcasts just because naturally you're gonna start taking some of their things.
Yeah,
just like the thing.
Kevin
Little
Gates said that about some music, and I was like, damn, that makes sense because it's like you don't want to sound like the next man.
Exactly.
You're trying to be innovative, but it's almost impossible.
That's why you get Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta stick in your own head. Yeah, you gotta quarantine yourself. Like Wayne been quarantining. Yeah. That's my favorite rapper. I'm gonna
right. You see what I'm saying?
That nigga been quarantining. You feel me? That's why he the GOAT.
So yeah.
To himself.
Your first time getting into music, like what was it like? Like what was your first initial?
My
like,
first initial like
or offer
meeting.
How you got into it?
Sue Surf was my first actual.
Surf from North.
Surf. Yeah,
okay.
Word. That's my guy right there. I fuck with Surf. Yeah,
music fire.
Yeah, music definitely fire. Yeah, I fuck with him. That was my first little experience. You feel me? That whole little 725 tape. I was there for that whole thing. Every studio.
And that thing was fire.
Yeah, that thing was fire. Yeah, bro. That what changed? That's my shit, bro. That when he laid that in the studio, I cried, my nigga, because I was going through some shit with a lady. You feel me?
Right.
And I understand. I've been in jail, making phone calls on the street. You feel me? It wasn't that situation, but I was going at that moment when he made that song. I was going through some shit. That shit made me cry, bro.
Yeah, because he was going through a lot of shit. Got locked up, came home, got shot. Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah,
so
and I was around for that shit too. That's my guy. I was up at the hospital for him. Bitch pulling up on him, bringing him shit. You feel me? Busting little moves for him and shit. Yeah, that's my guy. Like,
that's real.
If he come out of his mouth to say nah, like,
yeah,
that's some bullshit. We gotta shoot a knuckle. But that's my guy, real shit. When he was shot up and in the hospital, that was my dude, bro. I really pulled up on him, everything. I call that nigga right now. Like, that's my dude. And then after that, it was Nip at
because I seen you in Cali a lot. I seen you out there.
Nah, it was actually in New York, that Victory Lap tour. He was doing the Victory Lap tour. He was in where the fuck was the store? I'm trying to get exactly what store. I think it was God bless his soul, man. For real, that was the guy, man. Very powerful dude, and he was all about spreading positivity, love, man. He definitely gave back. Real different dude, man. Real shit, like. It was at Dr. J's, if I'm not mistaken, in New York, Victory Lap tour. My man Wonder, shout out to my man Wonder first and foremost. He the one that plugged me in with all this shit. You feel me? The kid Wonder. He from the town, but he's around. Yeah, nah, I didn't do that shit myself. You feel me? That was my man Wonder. You feel me? He's still around to this day. He's still busting plays, still making shit happen.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's my guy right there, man. Real talk.
There wasn't no sweat off his back to put his nigga on.
Word his mom, no sweat off his back.
We gotta do more of that, man.
Yeah,
for real, we do more of that for real, cause it's
that's
motherfuckers get in a position and be afraid to. They think that shit gonna take away from them. Nah, that shit is only gonna help you because if you dealing with a real motherfucker, that shit is gonna make the whole situation better. These niggas know the type of shit that I'm into, and when they bring me around, they already know. You feel me? The shit I'm into is kind of foreign to a lot of people. You feel me? So I come around, I could bust certain moves that ain't gonna cost niggas shit, or I could do something that's gonna have niggas not have to come out their pocket, and not even myself. That shit is a good look to everybody. You feel me? And niggas look at that shit like, oh, this guy have a nigga like him around, like
exactly.
You feel me?
So
like,
you maneuvered your way in, not in the back. And see, that's another thing. When I say maneuver, finesse your way in, in a
I
good
got in
way.
where I fit in.
You found your lane.
I ain't forced my way into nothing. It wasn't none of that shit, man. I wish Nip was still alive, man. And me and him was really going to put some work in, bro. He was really eager to work with me, man. I was going to bring a lot of niggas from the town some shit, bro. Like Nip is a real good dude, man. When we went to Cali, matter of fact, and it's crazy because we was out there. We left from Cali 2 days before he got killed. You feel me? And when we flew out there, me wondering Fat Boy, you feel me? Shout out to Fat Boy too. That's my man.
Fat
yeah,
Boy.
he
another Jersey.
Yeah, another Jersey heavy. You feel me? When we flew out to Cali and shit, know what I mean? Nip made sure we was Gucci, you feel me? Cause in LA you gotta check in. You gotta check in when you go to LA, especially if you're a celebrity, you feel me? We with a celebrity. He's prey, you feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
Niggas want him. Niggas not to say niggas want him like that, like he got a dollar on his head, but
they hungry.
He has money, yeah, and niggas is hungry. Niggas gotta check in, you feel me? We checked in, you feel me? Nip had the homies come pick us up, you feel me? Sprinter van, blick, you already know, you feel me?
Well
That's who we
protected.
rolling with. Well protected, you feel me? He made sure we was Gucci out there, bro. Like real shit. Like, bitch, I was out there. I'm naive to the shit, bitch. We at the little fish fry spot. I'm about to go to the CVS. It's in the same plaza, bitch. I'm about to go hit the Western Union real quick. Niggas like, nah, bitch, homie gotta walk with you, cause, bitch.
It's real.
Niggas looking at niggas want to try you, bro. Like, ain't nothing else to say, none of that. All right, I respect it, bitch. I know where I'm at. I ain't in my shit.
See, and that's the downfall, because it's like somebody like me. I'm just, like you said, we just used to go walking up, going to the store. You feel me? We're not used to seeing.
It's a different environment. You in a different fishbowl.
He said, ain't happening.
None of that. Fishbowl.
Not happening in LA.
And see, and that's another part of learning the business. You got to learn how to maneuver in other people's neighborhood.
And it's when you say neighborhood, that's in all aspects too. Because when you walk into somebody else establishment, place of business, you have to conduct yourself
accordingly
to they shit. But for real though,
let's talk about policy.
That's why everywhere you walk now it say you have no mask, no service. That's how they feel. And we gotta apply to that, or they not gonna serve you.
What would you call that? What would you call that? Is that
honestly they're forcing it on people, but it's some bullshit.
Yeah, it's really crazy though, because they really won't serve you. You know what I mean? So, but that's okay, because like you said, it's their neighborhood. It's their neighborhood. That's their establishment. That's so if you want to go in there and shop, if you want to go in there and pass that threshold, you're gonna have to abide by their rules. Like it's just like that.
Man, look, I was about to say some other shit, but since you said it, though, I want to go back into that policy, because it's still wrapped in with business.
Yeah,
so
policy is the most important thing that people got to understand. I want you to break that down for me, bro. Like,
why you have to understand policy is because, like, with the whole signature thing,
right?
You feel me? When you sign your name at the bottom of that form or any form, in there is their policy, and they express to you. You feel me? Do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that, do this, do this. And all of that shit is if you think about it, is business to every standpoint. You get what I'm saying? But this government or this corporation has twisted it to make people think that policy is law.
Oh man, and it hurts.
I was gonna say, do that, please.
Yeah, of course. I was going there because I know why. Because
remember, I asked on episode 8 what was the difference between policy, law, contract, all that, whatever. So now that's why this is dope.
Make sure y'all, like my man said, what they got to do, bro. They got to go back to episode 8.
Episode 8
and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We picking it up from there. Go ahead, bro. Break that down.
I might check the camera. Keep going.
But basically,